You all are so lucky you don't even know it. This, my friends, is bonus content of the Kraken Predators crossover edition because, my friends, we're going to play a little takes from a hat. Erica, this is something that we do on Locked On Predators, and we do it. And here's the thing, you're not even going to see it all. We call this the greatest piece of hockey swag. It is a foam 10-gallon hat from the Nashville Predators, and we put different topics in it. We're going to pull them out and we're going to answer some questions. Are you ready to play some takes from a hat? All right. Reaching into the hat. Okay, this is an interesting one. The New Jersey Devils and Buffalo Sabres played back-to-back Global Series games in Prague in October. Earlier this month, Dallas and Florida played in Finland. If Seattle could play a Global Series game anywhere in the world, where would you want to go and cover it?
This might seem counterintuitive to our conversation about goaltending, but the first country that popped into my mind was Germany. I think Philipp Grubauer would show us a great time in Germany.
Yes.
So we already had a Gruby Stein, so that was my first. And it's also none of those other countries where there's actually a lot of overlap for Kraken current players, but I'm going to stick with my gut there. I'm going to go with Germany.
I love that answer. We, of course, have played the Edmonton Oilers. We got them kind of early in the season, 3 games. There is a German reporter who is following Leon Draisaitl and got to meet him. Didn't talk a lot. I speak a very little bit of German. He speaks a very little bit of English, but we exchanged cookies and goodwill. So I love the idea of Germany because that is kind of more of a non-traditional go-to for a global series.
I think it's Germany. Let's do it.
I would go to Germany. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Okay, we're big on national days and theme days here at Locked On Predators. And my friend, November 20th today is National Absurdity Day. This day was created as a day to recall and note some of the entirely off the wall and ridiculous things in history and in our lives. What is one of the most absurd takes you have heard when it comes to your team? Or what is something that seems very absurd about hockey in general to you?
Oh, wow. This is a whole episode.
I mean, seriously.
Honestly, again, something that we talked about offline, I'm going to go with, I think it's absolutely absurd to when Jerry Bruckheimer gives you a player of the game prop that basically could pass as a prop for Pirates of the Caribbean, that you replace it with a WWE style belt. I think that's redonkulous. So yeah, we want our Pirates hat back. We want our Pirates hat back. I think generally speaking, a little more quote unquote serious, I think that it is absurd that the Seattle Kraken, again going back to Philipp Grubauer, I do think he gets a lot of heat that he doesn't deserve. I do think there is a world in which we can ask more of him, and I think it's a little absurd that the fan base kind of turns on Gruby, who's just a kind human, great guy to chat with. So those are my takes on that.
Yep, I feel that. We talked, like you said, offline about the little reward things. Right now, Nashville has a decorative shovel painted gold because we're digging out, and they have a gold piece of rope with a knot in it because everybody's pulling the rope. And I'm like, as a former theater major, I demand better from my props.
We want more. We want better.
I want more.
We have better. It's absolutely absurd. You don't get rid of that. Just
not?
Maybe they get a hat and a belt, but why would you ever get rid of the Davy Jones hat? I don't understand.
I think it's a bad choice. Somebody made a very bad choice. For an absurd take on the Nashville Predators team, I'm going to tell you this, and this is one that I don't know if it's come across country to Seattle yet, but the absurd take is that Andrew Brunette needs fired. I know it's been a bad start, y'all. We feel it on a cellular level, but Andrew Brunette is not going to get fired. It's going to have to get so much worse for that to even be a conversation. Our general manager is a former coach. He is not going to shorten a leash on a head coach.
Yeah.
He also hired Andrew Brunette while he had John Hines under contract. This is his guy. he's not going to go anywhere. I mean, it would have to turn into the biggest dumpster fire you ever did see for that to even cross Barry Trotz's mind. So for me, that is an absurd take right now.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's popular. All right, reaching into the foam 10-gallon hat. Oh, okay. What is the one player on your team who could make the biggest impact this season if he played at the top of his game?
Oh,
don't say Ellie Tolvanen, and don't say Ellie Tolvanen, and don't say Ellie Tolvanen.
I believe, and we talked about this on the pod, that the answer is Andre Burakovsky, a 1A Oliver Bjorkstrand. Andre Burakovsky seems to be healthy. He was the most jovial that I have ever seen him when he came into training camp. He is excited to be healthy. I think that the system under Dan Bylsma, playing fast, playing with energy, playing with pace, suits his game. And I do think that a little bit of the, there's still just a little bit of uncertainty when it comes to if he can stay healthy, and perhaps that fear of potentially getting injured. That he has been great in facilitating, and I love that we're seeing that part of his game. And I want Berkey to score. We all want Berkey to score. So I just want him to play completely free, let that last little nugget of recovery out of his mind and just go whole hog on the ice. I would love to see that. And I think the same goes for Oliver Bjorkstrand. He was our all-star last year. We talked about that and how our all-stars were very disrespected, even though both of them scored. Thank you very much. And I just think that Oliver Bjorkstrand, kind human, his game is a lot more aggressive than I think people realize. He might be on the slender side, but he is not to be trifled with on the ice. And it's just a little bit of a fit, in my opinion, as to why we haven't seen Ollie Bjorkstrand open up his game. He also has said before that he tends to have slower starts than he would like.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting him to turn it around here soon. Those are my two.
We talked about this on the pod, and y'all need to check out the episode. But you mentioned Andre Burakovsky talking about confidence. And my answer is a player who has been pretty transparent about the struggles of Nashville, and that's Jonathan Marchessault, who at one point said to us, this team is a little fragile right now.
Oh.
Which was really eye-opening and I think a very fair assessment of where the team was. Marchessault has struggled to kind of find his offense. But I have said this before on our podcast. If Andrew Brunette went into a lab and tried to create the perfect hockey monster, Jonathan Marchessault would be his Frankenstein. Because he has all of the elements that would just blossom in this system, but he just hasn't found it yet. And he's kind of gripping the stick a little tight. But I'm telling you, if Jonathan Marchessault kind of shakes that off and finds his game and sort of gets that confidence back, he would be a season difference maker for this Nashville Predators team. And it's coming. It's coming.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, here we go. Here's an across the league question. What has been the biggest surprise to you across the league this season so far?
I'm going to stay Pacific Division. And, I might have a bone to pick with Jess Belmosto. We did our little roundup for the Pacific Division, and Jess corroborated what all of us felt like was going to be an insignificant Calgary season. Not so much.
What are you doing?
Not so much. Calgary Flames all of a sudden want to act like they can play hockey. And, I'm just like, okay, we agreed. We agreed that you weren't going to do that. What's going on?
Yes. Same seas, because the Central Division, it was Dallas, it was Colorado, it was Nashville, and it was Winnipeg. And we all agreed that Winnipeg was the middle child that was going to be overlooked and ignored and fall away. What are you doing, Winnipeg?
Do not go off script.
Seriously, we all agreed. Harrison Lee, host of Locked On Winnipeg Jets, agreed. Jess
they rope-a-doped us.
You sit on a throne of lies, friends. Yeah. Those two teams, what are you doing to us?
Great for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Great for you. So happy.
So happy. It must be really fun episodes you're recording over there. Okay, this one is non-hockey related, but let's just do it. The holidays right around the corner. Erica, want to know what is your favorite Christmas movie and weigh in on this. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I mean, I feel like I'll start with the latter. At this point, everyone, it's like they made fetch a thing. You know, the argument is so much a part of Christmas that it's a Christmas movie at this point.
Agree.
You know, just let them have their moment. Christmas movies come in all shapes and sizes, and go for it. Do you, boo? My favorite Christmas movie. Ooh, I feel like I really do enjoy Christmas movies. I watch all of the Hallmark ones. Like, it's so strange. Like, so there's like so many that I really enjoy, but I'm going to go with a classic here. I'm going to go with Nightmare Before Christmas because similarly to what we talked about with Die Hard, perhaps, I like that I can get a double bang for the buck. You know, I can watch that for Halloween and then just watch it throughout the end of the year.
Okay, can I be honest? I've never seen it.
Oh, you should check it out. Also, I once was at a hotel and they played Nightmare Before Christmas and Edward Scissorhands immediately after. And I never realized that there are some Easter eggs. There are like little figurines and characters that show up in Edward Scissorhands that then Tim Burton makes into characters in A Nightmare Before Christmas. So you should check that out.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch this. I agree. Die Hard, let's just call it what it's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Just I'm tired of fighting. I'm with you. I love, like, literally in our home, if I have the remote, it's either a Hallmark movie or hockey. Like, those are the two things that are going to be on our television set.
What more do you need at this time of year?
I mean, Hallmark or hockey. My favorite Christmas movie, this is just, I love the first Home Alone.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. If we're talking like actual humans, that's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's charming. It's adventurous.
I do feel like somebody should call 241 Kids because they left their child at home. But, you know, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's a whole
All right, we're going to wrap this up with the question I think that may cause some division between the two of us. And, you know, we love our crossovers, but this may end it on a little bit of a sour note. Bowie versus Nash. Who's going to win in a mascot fight and why?
I mean, I think my answer is clear. When you have a mascot that has no fear and will take his own tooth out, I just don't. And he's willing to take down, you know, the troll of all trolls in Paul Bissonnette. I'm going with Bowie.
I have to say thank you, Bowie, for doing what all of us maybe on some sort of subconscious level have wanted to do at one time or another. That was so amazing. But look, I feel like you're underestimating the saber-toothed tiger that is Nash. Have you seen the fangs?
I mean, that is an excellent point. I will give you that. I will also say I've never heard of trolls going extinct. Just saying.
Okay, but they're also not real, just FYI.
Okay, but like, isn't that more scary that something that doesn't even really exist is so much in your head that it, you know?
Okay, and here's another weird question. Does Bowie wear pants?
Yes.
Or is Bowie, he does have pants?
Pants. Definitely has pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are family friendly in Seattle.
I will say Nash t-shirt only. And I love Nash. I literally would fight to the death for Nash. I would take on Bowie on behalf of Nash. But I really do wish that mascots wore pants.
Just put on some pants.
Put on some pants.
Put on some pants. You know, I know we are in this, you know, post-COVID era where we are mostly from the waist or, you know, just put on some pants. You're out in public. This is not your little, you know, video square. Put on some pants.
Put on some pants. There you go. Well, hey, that's going to do it for this bonus content of Locked On Kraken, Locked On Predators crossover. Be sure you check out our game preview episode. You're going to find it on YouTube, on your favorite podcasting platforms. And Erica, we'll see what happens tonight.
It's going to be a good one. Hopefully. Question mark.
Question
Probably.
mark.
Definitely maybe.
There will be a hockey game.
There will be a hockey game at Climate Pledge Arena.
We'll see you there.